All right. So, we've gotten a ton of stuff about this whole AI engineer thing,
Yeah.
articles and social media posts, and even like a whole conference website.
Hmm.
It feels like everyone in tech is suddenly talking about this role.
It really is exploding right now.
Yeah. So is this all hype, or
Oh,
is
no.
there something real here?
This is way more than just hype.
Okay.
Like, we're seeing companies actually restructuring to create these roles.
Wow.
Startups are getting huge funding specifically to build AI teams.
So there's some serious money flowing into
Oh,
this.
absolutely. A whole ecosystem is springing up.
But what is an AI engineer?
Right.
I mean, the articles you sent mentioned everything from, Python and JavaScript to cloud computing and
Yeah.
in-context learning.
It's a lot.
It's a bit of a technical whirlwind for me.
It is a fast-evolving field, that's for sure.
Okay.
But the one thing that's consistent is that AI engineers are the bridge between those cutting-edge AI models that everyone's talking about
Right.
and, like, actually using them in the real world.
Okay, so they're taking those powerful but really complex AI models
Exactly.
and making them like usable and scalable and like integrating them
Mhm.
into the software we use every day.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, so less about just like understanding AI and more about actually building with it.
That's a great way to put
So,
it.
so what's that building process look like? What are AI engineers actually doing day to day?
So one thing we see a lot of
Uh-huh.
is designing and managing AI infrastructure.
Okay.
And that's because it's not enough to just build a model like on your laptop anymore.
Right.
AI engineers need to make sure that these models can run reliably at scale.
Mm-hmm.
And, that often means in cloud environments like AWS or Google Cloud.
Right.
And we're even seeing a shift towards like serverless architectures for AI models.
Serverless architectures.
Using platforms like AWS Lambda,
Okay.
which is a big change because it lets companies handle those those crazy scaling demands
Okay.
in a much more efficient way.
Okay, so knowing those cloud platforms inside and out
Yeah,
is like essential for an AI engineer.
pretty much.
And I also saw a lot about prompting strategies,
Uh-huh.
which, to be honest, sounds a little bit like magic to me.
It's definitely a new way of thinking about coding.
Okay.
So instead of writing code line by line,
Yeah.
you're crafting like specific instructions or prompts
Okay.
that kind of guide the AI to get the results you need.
Interesting.
So like frameworks like LangChain are really popular for this,
Okay.
for interacting with large language models and creating these prompts.
That makes a little more sense.
Yeah.
And data management seems to be a big part of this job, too.
Huge.
Several of the articles mention this new thing called in-context learning
Right.
with large language models like Llama 3,
Yeah.
which involves things like breaking the data into chunks,
Mm-hmm.
embedding it, and using something called vector databases. And I'll be honest, that one went right over my head.
Okay, so think of it this way. A traditional database stores data in rows and columns, right?
Right, yeah, like a spreadsheet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But a vector database is totally different.
Okay.
Imagine storing information not just as text,
Yeah.
but as like points in a multidimensional space.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's kind of mind-bending.
Yeah, a little bit.
But this is important because it lets the AI analyze relationships and patterns in the data
Okay.
that traditional methods would totally miss.
So AI is like the ultimate data detective now.
Yeah, kind of.
That's pretty cool.
It is.
But speaking of those more traditional roles, how is an AI engineer different from a data scientist?
Well, good question.
I always hear those terms used interchangeably.
Yeah, and the lines are definitely blurring as the field evolves.
Okay.
But traditionally, data scientists focus on extracting insights from data,
Right.
often using statistical analysis and machine learning models.
Okay.
They're the ones who help us understand trends,
Mhm.
make predictions, answer key business questions.
So they're like the data whisperers,
Exactly.
helping us understand what the data is trying to tell us.
I like that.
But the rise of these large language models
Right.
has kind of created this whole new layer in the AI landscape.
It has.
So where do AI engineers fit into that?
Well, AI engineers are less about the analysis itself,
Okay.
more about building the systems that use those analyses.
Got it.
So they're taking those insights
Yeah.
and building applications that can actually do something with them.
So they're the architects and the builders,
Exactly.
the ones who turn data insights
Uh-huh.
into like functioning software.
Yeah. Think of it like this. Data scientists build the engine.
Okay.
AI engineers build the car.
I like that analogy.
Both are essential, but
Okay.
they have different areas of expertise.
Right. And that distinction becomes even more important when you think about actually integrating AI models into applications,
Right.
which seems like the ultimate goal here,
It is.
to take AI out of the lab
Yep.
and make it a seamless part of our everyday lives.
That's where those software engineering skills of an AI engineer really come in.
Okay.
You need to understand how to build like robust, reliable systems.
Right.
How to connect all the different components.
Yeah.
And how to make sure that AI is actually adding value
Yeah.
to the user experience.
So it's not just about building something cool.
Right.
It's about building something that actually works.
Exactly.
And that's not always easy.
Yeah, no, I can imagine.
Yeah.
Okay, so all of this sounds incredibly complex.
It can be. Yeah.
So let's say someone is listening to this and thinking, hey, I want to be an AI engineer.
Uh-huh.
Where do they even start?
Well, a strong technical background is definitely essential.
Okay.
But, it's not just about having a PhD or anything like that.
Right.
It's really a combination of the right skills
Okay.
and a passion for building with AI.
Right, so that drive to create.
Exactly, and that can take you a long way.
And you mentioned portfolios earlier.
Yeah.
What kind of projects would really impress a potential employer? It's all about showing that you can use AI to solve real-world problems.
Okay.
So, like, imagine you built a chatbot that helps people navigate a complex website or an AI tool that, like, automates a really boring, repetitive task.
Right.
Or even something fun like using AI to generate creative content.
Yeah.
These are all things that can really showcase your skills.
So it's not just about the technical skills.
Right.
It's about showing that creativity and problem solving.
Yeah, you got to think outside the box.
And don't be afraid to, share your learning journey too, right?
Absolutely.
Did you take a course on a specific AI tool?
Yeah.
Did you contribute to an open source project?
Highlight those things.
Yeah.
Employers want to see that you're engaged in the AI community and that you're committed to learning.
So it shows you're passionate about this,
Yeah.
not just chasing the big salaries.
Right, exactly.
Speaking of learning,
Yeah.
what are some courses or certifications out there that can help someone level up their AI skills?
Well, there are a ton of options out there,
Right, I bet.
but a few stood out from the research you sent.
Okay.
One is the IBM AI Engineering Professional Certificate on Coursera.
Okay. IBM.
It seems to cover a really broad range of topics.
Like what?
So everything from AI and machine learning fundamentals
Okay.
to like building and deploying AI models in the cloud.
So that sounds like a solid foundation.
Yeah, it really does.
And it aligns with those key responsibilities we were talking about earlier,
Yeah.
like infrastructure and data management and integration.
Exactly.
What about something more focused on large language models?
Totally.
Because those seem to be everywhere these days.
Well, Deep Learning AI has a couple of courses that really dive deep into that world.
Deeplearning.ai.
There's one on ChatGPT prompt engineering for developers
Okay.
and another one on LangChain for LLM application development.
LangChain again?
It keeps coming up.
Yeah, it does.
And it's a popular one.
So what would someone actually learn in those courses?
They go deep on those prompting strategies we were discussing,
Okay.
teaching you how to use frameworks like LangChain to build really powerful AI applications. You'd even learn about like working with vector databases
Oh, wow.
to manage those massive data sets you need for large language models.
So it's like a fast track to mastering those essential skills
Yeah, pretty much.
for working with the latest AI tools.
Exactly.
I'm guessing these courses require some technical background, though.
Yeah, definitely a good understanding of programming concepts,
Okay.
especially in Python, is going to be helpful.
Right.
And some familiarity with machine learning fundamentals would be good too,
Mhm.
but not strictly required.
So a bit of a learning curve, but worth it.
Ah, definitely.
If someone is serious about this, I've always found that building real projects while taking courses really helps
Absolutely.
to solidify that learning.
You got to get your hands dirty.
Yeah. And attending conferences and meetups, I bet, is a good idea, too,
Oh, for sure.
to really immerse yourself.
Yeah, you'll learn from experts, discover new trends, network with other people
Right.
who are passionate about AI.
Speaking of conferences, you mentioned the AI Engineer Summit.
Yeah.
Seems like all the big names are going to be there.
It's going to be huge.
OpenAI, Google, Microsoft, even companies like Jane Street and BlackRock from the financial world.
Yeah, it just shows how AI is transforming, every sector of the economy.
So it really is everywhere.
It is.
And this year's summit is focused on agents at work,
Right.
which is kind of a new concept to me.
Yeah, it's a shift from those standalone AI models
Okay.
to more integrated autonomous systems.
So systems that can act on our behalf?
Exactly.
Wow. That sounds both exciting and a little bit scary.
Yeah, I know, right?
It does raise some interesting questions about the future of work.
Definitely.
And how these AI agents are going to change the world around us.
Right, but that's a whole other conversation.
Yeah, that's a whole other deep dive.
Exactly.
Okay, let's shift gears a little bit.
Okay.
And talk money. We've been teasing these incredible salaries.
Yeah.
But I'm curious about the specifics.
Yeah.
Like, what can someone realistically expect to earn as an AI engineer?
So based on what we've seen, even entry-level AI engineers can expect to earn between $80,000 and $120,000 per year.
Wow, so that's significantly higher.
It is.
Than the average starting salary.
Right.
For a lot of other professions.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That's a pretty impressive starting point.
It is.
What about someone with a few years of experience?
Okay, so mid-level AI engineers can command salaries from $120,000 to $160,000 per year.
Okay, and as you move into senior roles, just how high are we talking?
Okay, so senior AI engineers can earn anywhere from $160,000 to over $200,000 per year.
Okay, so we're getting up there.
We are.
And for those at the top of their game,
yeah,
especially with expertise in like large language models or autonomous systems,
right,
the salaries can reach astronomical heights.
The sky's the limit.
Like AI is the new rock star profession.
It kind of is.
So what's driving this incredible demand? Why are companies willing to pay so much for AI talent?
It really comes down to the value that AI brings to businesses.
Okay.
Whether it's automating tasks, improving efficiency, creating new products and services, or gaining a competitive edge.
Right.
AI is increasingly seen as a key to success.
So it's not just about the technology itself.
Right.
It's about the business impact that AI can deliver.
Exactly.
It sounds like there are more jobs than qualified people to fill them.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
The demand for skilled AI engineers far outweighs the supply, which is a big reason why salaries are so high.
Basic economics.
Supply and demand.
And this trend is likely to intensify.
Oh, yeah.
As AI becomes even more sophisticated and integrated into our lives.
Absolutely.
So if you're looking for a career that's intellectually stimulating and financially rewarding, AI engineering is definitely a path worth exploring.
It is.
But something that stood out in the research was the emphasis on skills beyond just the technical expertise.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Like, it's not just about writing code.
Right.
It seems like collaboration, communication, the ability to work effectively in a team.
Yeah.
Those are essential for any AI engineer who wants to be successful.
Absolutely.
It seems like that ability to work well with others is becoming so important in tech.
It really is.
Especially with a field as complex as AI.
Absolutely. AI projects often involve large teams.
Yeah.
With diverse skill sets.
Yeah.
So being able to communicate effectively, both with other technical folks and with non-technical stakeholders, that's crucial.
So it's not enough to be like a coding genius. You need to be able to explain these complex ideas in a way that everyone can understand.
Exactly.
And be able to like work collaboratively towards a common goal.
You got it.
And something else that came up in the research was adaptability.
Oh, yeah.
Like, AI is evolving so quickly that continuous learning is essential for anyone who wants to stay ahead of the curve.
Absolutely. It's not like you can just learn a few skills and coast.
Right.
You need to be constantly learning and adapting to new tools and technologies.
The most successful AI engineers are the ones who are passionate about learning, curious about new developments, and always willing to expand their skill set.
It's all about having that growth mindset.
So it's a career path for those who thrive on challenge, who enjoy the intellectual stimulation of constantly learning and pushing their boundaries.
For sure. And with that constant evolution comes another important consideration.
Okay, what's that?
The impact of AI on society as a whole.
That's a big one.
Yeah. As AI becomes more powerful, we need to think carefully about the ethical implications of how we develop and use it.
It's a critical conversation that we need to have.
It really is.
AI has the potential to do so much good in the world.
It does.
But we need to make sure that it's used responsibly and ethically.
I think AI is at this intersection of technology and ethics and human potential.
I like that.
And AI engineers are right at the center of it all.
They are shaping the future.
They really are.
So what does this all mean for someone who's thinking about a career as an AI engineer?
Yeah.
What advice would you give them based on everything we've discussed?
Well, I'd say first and foremost, cultivate a deep passion for learning.
Okay.
Because AI is a rapidly evolving field.
Yeah.
The most successful engineers are the ones who are constantly expanding their knowledge and skills.
So never stop learning.
Never stop learning. Don't be afraid to dive into complex topics. Experiment with new tools and challenge yourself.
Right.
Push the boundaries of what's possible.
That's great advice, and beyond the technical skills.
Yeah.
What other qualities would you say are essential for success in this field?
Well, collaboration and communication are crucial, like we talked about.
Yeah.
AI projects often involve large teams with diverse perspectives. So being able to work effectively with others,
Right.
communicate your ideas clearly, and build consensus.
Yeah.
That's essential.
It sounds like AI engineering is calling for a new kind of leader.
Yeah.
Someone who's not only technically brilliant,
Right.
but also ethically aware, socially responsible, and able to bridge the gap between technology and the human experience.
I think that's a great way to put it. The future of AI is being written right now.
It is.
And AI engineers have the opportunity to play a pivotal role in shaping that future.
It's an exciting time to be involved in this field.
It really is.
I have a feeling we're only just scratching the surface of what's possible.
I agree. And to our listeners, I'll leave you with this.
Okay.
If you're looking for a career that's intellectually stimulating, constantly evolving, and has the potential to make a real impact on the world, then AI engineering might just be the perfect path for you.
I think that's a great place to wrap things up.
Yeah.
Thanks for diving into the world of AI engineering with us.
My pleasure.